Day 1. Today was Gasper's first day with me. I received him last night, and I am so happy. Gasper is such an amazing companion. I feel like I can tell him everything. He never talks back, though. I'm thinking of taking him to a doctor about it. He just sits there, smiling away. Though I must say, he's becoming a bit of a couch potato. I'm quite worried about what Gasper might turn out to be. I don't want to put him outside when he turns to liquid, but I might have to, because I don't want my bedroom to stink. Sorry, Gasper. I haven't set him up yet. I'm going to stand him up on toothpicks on Lego's lid. I'm also going to make him a hat. He must be a stylish potato. Better go get him settled. Bye. From Beth and Gasper. When you are amazed that Jesus will periodically grant you a wish from prayer, just remember, you can get the exact same results from praying to a potato. Robert Peterson. Day 2. Today was a significant day for Gasper. He was all alone while I was out today. I'm sure he missed me. He spent the day on little toothpicks on his stand. I'm still in the process of making him a hat. I don't know what color it should be. What do you think? Please say in the comments below. So today I did some research about Gasper's lifespan. The internet, a very knowledgeable place, said that he will last for about 3 to 5 weeks. I hope that's alright. I'm pleased to say that Gasper is growing a personality. He communicated to me today, we're still working on the whole speech thing, that he is so glad he is mine and not anyone else's. I agree. I've grown to love him in the 2 days I've been acquainted with him, and I can't imagine life without him. He is a very faithful potato. Well, he's looking pretty content at the moment. I asked him if those toothpicks were painful, but he said they feel fine. I would find them so painful. But then again, he's a potato. He's pretty amazing. Please reply and tell me what color his hat should be. I'm thinking orange. From Beth and Gasper. The same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's about what you're made of, not the circumstances. Unknown. Day 3. Today, Gasper finally got a hat. I must say, I like Jesse's idea the most. He now has a fancy top hat and he looks very snazzy in it. He is still in fine form with little signs of liquidation. I can't believe that sometime in the next month I will have no potato. No faithful Gasper, constantly by my side. It is too sad to think about. So recently, I've been doing some research about potatoes. I came across this website that has all this information about potatoes called Northern Plains Potato Growers Association. I know, at first it occurred to me that whoever made this potato website must be a pretty sad person. Then I realized I was writing a blog about a potato. But anyway, this is what I found about potatoes. I'm going to have to cut down because otherwise I'll go crazy and write out every single fact in this website. I think I might anyway. I found out that Queen Elizabeth I hired a chef because he didn't serve potatoes, and Marie Antoinette paraded through the French countryside wearing potato blossoms in her hair. And also, Louis XVI wore potato flowers in his buttonhole to encourage the growth of potatoes. Additionally, Vincent van Gogh painted 4 paintings entirely devoted to potatoes. Wow! So apparently, potatoes originated in the Incan civilization. When the Spanish found the Incas, they took potatoes and spread their marvelous things all over the world, starting with Europe. They were used not only for delicious nutrition, but also for medical purposes. Raw slices of potatoes were placed on broken bones and eaten with other foods to prevent indigestion. So there, potatoes are the superfood of the world. Well, I better go now. Here's the link to that potato website, worth a visit. I will do another post tomorrow about how Gasper is liking his hat. Bye. From Beth and Gasper. What I say is that if a fellow really likes potatoes, he must be a pretty decent sort of fellow. A. Milne. Day 4. Today, Gasper made a friend. Her name is Rainier, and she is red. At first, I was a bit worried. It occurred to me that there might be such a thing as a racist potato. But if they exist, my Gasper certainly isn't one. He welcomed Rainier with open arms. Now I need to make a stand and a hat for Rainier too. But back to the main and most important potato. Sorry, Rainier. Gasper. I'm pleased to say that Gasper is still a solid. I'm starting to become skeptical about the whole he will die thing. At the moment, he appears immortal. That would make a great movie title. Gasper, the Immortal Potato. I've got to finish up early tonight. Special occasion. Bye everyone. Sorry to disappoint. I'll be back tomorrow with more information on Gasper and Rainier tomorrow. It is easy to halve the potato where there is love. Irish proverb. Day 5. Today, Gasper got better acquainted with Rainier. Rainier is now on her stand, and now that her inside has been exposed, she smells like potatoes. They are actually getting along very well, better than I expected. Don't get me wrong, my Gasper is as friendly as they, meaning potatoes, come. I just didn't expect them to be getting along this well. I have been debating something. Should I give Rainier a jet black top hat as well? Or is that too masculine for a female potato? I don't know. I've got the perfect one too. Please advise me as to what I should do about this very tricky dilemma. So, I'm thinking about making a potato crop. I've got 2 potatoes, not Gasper and Rainier, of course, and I don't know what to do with. They were given to me yesterday, both with faces on them. I'm trying not to get too emotionally attached to them, considering I'm going to chop them up, stick them in mud, and hope that they breed. There are 7 ways to plant potatoes. That is, there are 7 ways to do the exact same thing. I was going to do the garbage idea, but then I read the caption, and it said that it was, and I quote, aesthetically the least appealing choice. I must say, that discouraged me a fair bit. Did you know that potatoes were the first vegetables grown in space? And no, this wasn't on Mars like The Martian depicted it. It was on a space shuttle. How boring. Potatoes can also turn green? And here's the story with the potato chips. So apparently, there was a New York chef called George Crumb. He was the chef of a lake house, and one night he had a particularly annoying customer, Cornelius Vanderbilt. On this night, Cornelius was annoying him by constantly sending back potatoes that were chopped too thinly. Being a bit smart, George Crumb cut the potato as thinly as he could, fried them in oil, and turned them crispy. And that was how potato chips were born. Well, Gasper and I better go. Don't forget to advise me about Rainier's hat. Bye. From Beth and Gasper. I might be a potato, but I have standards. Markiplier. Day 6. I have some big news. Today, when I got home, Rainier, who is amazing at talking, sat me down to talk. I also noticed she had moved a little closer to Gasper. She broke the news very calmly and slowly. She said, "Bethany, we don't mean to alarm you, but Gasper and I are now officially dating." I must say, I was a little shocked by the news. How potatoes date, I don't know. Maybe they should go out and get some hot chips somewhere. Oh wait, that would be cannibalism. It would also... It is also beginning to make me feel a bit like the third wheel, even though Gasper is my potato. I learned something sad today. I have to wait until my 2 spare potatoes sprout before I can plant them. I'm so sad. Even a very knowledgeable place, the internet, read day 2, doesn't know when this will be. I can't wait. I found out something. There are over 200 types of potatoes. Can you believe that? I had no idea there were so many. And also, did you know that there are sweet potato chips? They're purple? And even more alarming, sweet potatoes are not technically potatoes. Why call a non-potato a potato? It's like saying bigotry means big. Anyway, I've got some potato counseling to go to. Gasper and Rainier are fighting about which colour Rainier's hat should be. Gasper thinks it should be green. Rainier thinks it should be white. The light side or the green side? From Beth and Gasper, with minimal help from Rainier. A low of things taste better than skinny feels. Bread, potatoes. Jennifer Lawrence. Day 7. Today, Gasper had the relief of having me here the whole day. He had a few minor fights with Rainier, and of course, I was on his side every time. Of course, Doctor Who is an amazing show. I can't believe that Rainier sometimes, but all in all, it is a happy relationship. As far as Gasper's lifespan goes, it looks like the internet was right. Yay, Gasper is only about 1/4 through his life. I must say, entering the assessment period in our term is much easier with Gasper being with me. Every time I sit down to do some tedious, time-consuming work, I look to my right, and Gasper and his somewhat annoying girlfriend is always there. Anyway, I was Googling, or is it spelt Googling, the term potatoes, as you do. When I looked at the search terms, the last one was potatoes and dragons. I must say, I was very interested to find out how on earth these two concepts are related. So obviously intrigued, I clicked on it, and apparently it's a very sad cartoon series that lasted 6 months. I challenge you to watch it. Seriously, I'm scared to do it. Whoever decided that Potatoes and Dragons would make a good name for a cartoon series, I'm terrified to see what ludicrous television content they came up with. The content creator's name is Jan van Rieselberg. Jan Van? Seriously? It sounds like he's a van that sells Jans. Whatever they are, and one of the episode's names is An Elf on the Hand Hot Potato. Oh my gosh. I'm a bit shaken up by such insanity, so I might stop there. Bye. From Beth and Gasper. P.S. Potatoes and Dragons? Elf in the Hand Hot Potato? I'm finding that very hard to process. I may look like a potato now, but one day I'll turn into fries, and you'll want me then. Unknown. Day 8/9. First off, let me apologize for not doing a post yesterday. I had no time. But oh my gosh, today was the most shocking day ever. I got home, and Rainier told me that she and Gasper had something to tell me. I thought it was that they had broken up. I was getting ready to say, well, I'm not that surprised. Next time, maybe don't cling onto the first potato you meet. But no, it turns out that they are getting married on the weekend. I know, right? So there's a lot to organize. Bridesmaids, flower girls, priests, best men. There's so much. Not to mention the church, food, strictly non-potato refreshments, outfits for both the potatoes, flowers for the flower girl, and oh my gosh, looks like I'll be busy. I still don't know if this is going to work out. I mean, even though there's never been a divorced potato couple, that doesn't make me feel much better. Because, let's face it, there's probably never been a married potato couple. Maybe somewhere out there are potatoes that have grown to be as human as Gasper and Rainier. I must say, I'm very happy for my potatoes. They have experienced a life that not many other potatoes get the opportunity to. And my Gasper and Rainier are going to die happy, and of old age, which is very rare among the potato population nowadays. They have experienced emotional bonds, fancy clothes, and numerous supporters in their life. Well, I better get right onto organizing that wedding. I'll be back tomorrow for day 10. Big milestone. Bye. From Beth and Gasper. Everything in the world is either a potato or not a potato. Day 10. Gasper has been all over the moon lately. Rainier has been too, of course. Why wouldn't she be, when she's marrying the most handsome, snazzy, and least importantly, kindest potato in existence? Speaking of marrying potatoes, I was Googling. Thank you, Anonymous. Potato wedding. Turns out, people have done it before. I know, right? Of course, this wasn't for actual potatoes. It was for potato heads. Plastic in the shape of a potato. But whatever. As far as Gasper's health goes, he's looking pretty good. Not starting to liquefy at all. He's not growing age spouts, moles, or anything. I hope we've got a long future ahead of us, me and him. Not Rainier though. I could do without someone who doesn't like Doctor Who. I made an outstanding mini poem today. This is it. Potatoes are amazing. Potatoes are life. Potatoes are amazing. My potato has a wife. I must say, I was fairly proud of that. Gasper and Rainier are pumped for the wedding. When they were growing up in the mud, they must have been thinking, there's no hope for me. I will be bought, chopped up into a meal, but no, I gave them life, just like the Supreme Jesus. And now, they're happy because of me. That makes me feel so special. I'm looking forward to the wedding on the weekend. Better go now. Bye. From Beth and Gasper. I feel like potatoes don't get enough recognition for their versatility. Breakfast, hash browns. Fast food, chips. Fancy dinner, baked potato. Holidays, mashed potato. Relaxing at home, crisps. Party time, vodka. There's a potato for every occasion. Thank you, potato. The kids who... ... Day 11/12. Once again, I apologize for not posting day 11 on day 11. There was just too much wedding planning to do. I think I've got it sorted. There will be flower girls, a priest, and everything. It will be amazing. Gasper and Rainier's relationship is going well. Rainier's a little annoyed though, because, as you will see from the picture, Gasper is now sitting in a jar, as opposed to a lid on the desk. Of course, Rainier wants a jar too. I'm not going to give her one out of sheer spite. She does, however, have Gasper's old lid. She needs to accept that she is of less status than Gasper. Also, I have some good news. My 2 other spare potatoes are sprouting, I think. I will plant them this weekend. Maybe I'll do it at the wedding. Wait, no. Maybe Gasper and Rainier shouldn't see a fellow potato being chopped up and stuck in the mud on their special day. Don't worry, I'll keep them out of sight. Also, I feel like Gasper and Rainier are showing signs of age. When I first met Gasper, he didn't look quite so orange, and Rainier is looking a little duller and darker, and is developing a white rash. Hopefully, that doesn't mean the end is near. I mean, I wouldn't mind so much if Rainier died, but for Gasper's happiness, I wish her life. I have a busy night tonight, which is why I posted earlier than usual. I should go now. Bye. From Beth and Gasper. P.S. Who is Gasper Lover? Zen does not confuse spirituality with thinking about God while one is peeling potatoes. Zen spirituality is just to peel the potatoes. Alan Watts. Day 13/14. Bad news. The wedding must be postponed, most likely to next weekend. Not many people could come this weekend. I hope Gasper and Rainier last another week, but that's good. More time for Gasper and Rainier to get to know each other. Speaking of which, I have noticed some backlash regarding my portrayal of Rainier. I do not hate her at all. How could I hate the love of my potato's life? We just have minor disagreements, that's all. And plus, it's probably not personal. I've been told I don't like many people, but that's irrelevant, as I do like Rainier. But I have some regretful news regarding Rainier. She is sprouting. See, on the very top of her head, I've examined her with her permission, and she has a few little sprout patches. I am very worried. I have also examined Gasper with his permission, and he is showing signs of age too. You see those black patches on his skin? A few more of those are popping up. We might now be able to wait for the weekend. Maybe the wedding shall be cancelled. I'm going to plant my spare potatoes fairly randomly. I'll cut them in half, stick them in the patch of ground. Forgive me, I'm quite distressed about Gasper and Rainier's health. I might need to end it there. From Beth, Gasper, and Rainier. If potato grows out of a potato, what was first, the potato or the potato? Unknown. Day 15/16. I regret to report that Gasper and Rainier are of increasingly ill health. The sprout on Rainier's head is growing bigger by the minute, and Gasper is becoming more and more discolored every day. So, about the wedding, I'm going to have to cancel it. They're too sick, but don't worry. Tomorrow I'll take them to the potato registration office so they can officially be married, just without the tiring ceremony. Poor potatoes. I'm going to make them sick beds soon. They can have a double bed, so they're officially a couple. When everything was well and good, and Gasper and Rainier had a bright future, I was wondering what to do about marriage symbols. Like, do potatoes have rings? I couldn't find anything, so I'm going to get them sashes to put around their potato waists. I've told them about the beds. They seem to like the idea. When they get their beds, the toothpicks will come out, and they can't wait for that. I don't blame them. Anyway, better go now. Bye. My idea of heaven is a great big baked potato and someone to share it with. Oprah Day 17. Today was a huge day in Gasper and Rainier's life. They officially got married. I took them to the registration office and they were so excited. They picked out their template for the certificate, filled in the details, and then they had to get back to bed, which I made for them. They say it's a lot more comfortable than the toothpicks. I made a sad discovery today. When I was taking out their toothpicks very carefully as not to hurt them, the toothpicks had this brown stuff on it. It was kind of gooey, but not runny. I think they may be on a steeper downward slope than we realized. But anyway, back to marriage. I asked Rainier what potatoes wear when they get married, because, let's face it, a male would never know. Sorry, Gasper. She said they wear a strip of blue cloth on their foreheads, and then have a strip of the same fabric on their bed, to bless them as they sleep. Odd culture, but who are we to judge? I mean, we put metal on fingers to symbolize a life of companionship. I also have had the issue of last names. I don't want to give them potato. That sounds terrible. Can you imagine Gasper Potato? I decided for their last names to be Latin. So their names are Gasper, Anum, and Reina Anum, meaning potato. The Anum couple asked me if could put their marriage certificate above their bed, so they always have it close. Of course, I let them. It now sits, proud, big, and elegant, above their bed. I hope my potatoes live long and enjoy their marriage. Anyway, I should probably go now. Rainy is uncomfortable, so I have to shift her. I hope I haven't brought on more work for myself. Bye. From Beth, Gasper Anum, and Rainy Renum. I have made a lot of mistakes falling in love and regretting most of them, but never the potatoes that went with them, nor a frond. Day 18/19. Well, Gasper and Rainier are surely enjoying married life. They've just been chatting non-stop. I'm glad they're happy. I feel like I can do something more though. What else might a potato want incorporated into its lifestyle? Help me out here, guys. I'm becoming increasingly worried about Rainier's health. Gasper seems fine enough, only very slightly discolored. I'm not sure if you can see it by the picture, but Rainier's sprout is growing so fast. She's not the bright red, purpley color she was when she got here. She's mainly covered in a grey, blotchy rash. Not to mention the various mini sprouts, patches she's got going. Also, I had a bit of a dilemma today. Gasper and Rainier wanted to go on a honeymoon. I'm not sure about it. I mean, I could probably take them somewhere in their bed, but I'm not sure where. Definitely not the Maldives. Maybe the UK? But it's still a risk to take them somewhere. I haven't decided yet. A thought occurred to me today. How old do you think Gasper and Rainier are in potato years? Their lifespan is fairly short, only being about 5 weeks long, according to the internet. So how old do you think they are? I'm thinking about 30 to 40 years old, given they've probably only got 2 weeks left. Anyway, I should go. Gasper and Rainier want to talk to me about something. Remember to tell me what I should change about their lifestyle. Bye. From Beth, Gasper, and Rainier. I love potatoes. They're my favorite. Trisha Yearwood. Day 20/21/22. So sorry for not writing earlier. Just digesting the news. You know how last time I said Rainier had something to tell me? Well, it turns out that she and Gasper were going to adopt a child. Potato. The potato that Rainier and Gasper got looks about as old as them. I expressed this to Rainier on the quiet, and she explained that there is a small difference in age, which is enough in potato culture. It works, I guess. The new boy's name is Leopold. He is not as good looking as his parents, but we can deal with that. They are a very diverse family. None of them are the same type of potato, but they all get along just fine. Rainey is still not doing too well. That rash has taken over more of her body now, and her sprout has practically doubled in size. Gasper's looking a little discolored, but he seems to be fine. Leopold is growing a dark purple sprout on his back, and it is a bit soft. I'm glad I've been able to provide Gasper with a prosperous and fruitful life, like both Rainier and Leopold. They will die happy, potato family, and it feels good that I was the cause of that. I better go now. Bye. From Beth, Gasper, Rainier, and Leopold. Potatoes are one of the last things to disappear in times of war, which is probably why they should not be forgotten in times of peace. M.F.K. Fisher, How to Cook a Wolf. Day 23/24/25/26/27. I'm really sorry about the delayed posts. Some technical difficulties are very hard to overcome. Gasper, Rainier, and Leopold are together and happy. According to the internet, the Anoom family will last another 1.2 weeks. I think it's wrong. I was told that they would first become liquid, and I'm seeing no evidence of this. I very much doubt it's going to happen in 1 week. I must confess, I feel guilty confining my potatoes to one location. They need to see the world, but this is very difficult, seeing as I have no space in my room. I was thinking of putting up a poster of an alternate location and giving them individual beds, just to change it up a bit. I asked the family where they would like to go, and in their wisdom, they chose London, England. Very smart. Potatoes. Bear in mind, there is no bias here. I offered them anywhere in the world. As to their health, Gasper is the healthiest of the lot. Leopold is second, and sadly, Rainier is last. As you can probably see, that grey rash is becoming more solid every day. Leopold has a huge sprout, around the same size of Rainier's, but his is purple. A purple that you would never have thought could be found on such a yellow potato. So, there are some very interesting facts about potatoes on the internet. I went on to a potato website called Potato Goodness. It's actually amazing. It's got every fact about potatoes imaginable, and then it has recipes. Sorry, Anooms. Apparently, during the Alaskan Klondike. Don't ask me. Gold rush. Potatoes were practically as expensive as gold because of their vitamin C. And in those days, there was more gold than nutritious food. I'll attach the link. Also, could you tell me what else I should do for the potatoes to give them a holiday? Well, I better go. Bye. From Beth, Gasper, Rainier, and Leopold. www.potatogoodness.com. I bought a big bag of potatoes. Add, it's growing eyes like crazy. Other foods rot. Potatoes want to see. Bill Callahan, letters to Amma Bolcott. Day 28. So guys, officially 4 weeks. It's a long time. I have no idea how long the Anum family will survive. I hope for another week, 2 weeks at best. Gasper is doing extremely well. He is healthy and happy with a family. In fact, he's not looking that sick at all. I tried to look up how long Gasper would last for, but not knowing his kind, I refuse to say breed. I can't find out. I know Rainier is supposed to last 2 to 3 weeks, but we've already passed that, so I would say that's just for when you can eat them. Of course, I have no intention of eating her, so this doesn't apply in this situation. Like Gasper, I have no idea what kind Leopold is, but I believe he will last as long as his parents. I know he's the type we eat. Sorry, Leopold, but I don't know what type that is. Additionally, in my attempt to find out this said expiration date of my potato family, I found out some interesting facts about the biology of potatoes. Did you know that potatoes are 80% water, and that the largest potato was over 8.2 kilograms? I also found out that the scientific name for potatoes is Solanum tuberosum. As for the holiday, I asked them if they would prefer somewhere more scenic. Now, my potatoes have heard all about England, and that's where they are insisting to go. I suggested Stonehenge, and they positively jumped at the idea. Or they would have, if potatoes could jump. The Anums have a family holiday coming up. Well, I better go and tend to my potatoes. Bye. From Beth, Gasper, Rainier, and Leopold. In a lot of ways, that poor little potato, Evan pointed directly at Jade's french fries, symbolizes the reckless consumerism that plagues America. Francine Pascal, straight up. Day 29/30/31/32/33. Sorry for the delay, but I'm quite sure you'll forgive me when I tell you our news. Guess what? The Anum family is actually on holidays. We've been at the beach, but I took the photo just then. They did, however, have a good time on the sand. There were heaps of rocks on the beach, and they absolutely loved them. They were amazed at how similar to potatoes they were. We spent ages there, picking and choosing our favorites. There were some pretty amazing ones. So, because they pointed out the resemblance between potatoes and rocks, I googled rocks and potatoes, as you do. I found this very official and boring, the two often go together, looking article, and I found that potatoes actually grow better in rocky soil. Can you believe that? As for the Anum family's health, Gasper is still the healthiest. Rainier and Leopold are of about the same health. Rainier's spout seems to have settled in terms of growth, but is now undergoing a chemical change. It is turning white with black tips. This is exactly what's happening to Leopold. His purple sprout is still quite purple, but with black and white tips like Rainier. My potatoes want to plan tomorrow. Better go now. Bye. From Beth, Gasper, Rainier, and Leopold. Not everyone can be a truffle. Most of us are potatoes, and a potato is a very good thing to be. Massimo Botturia, never trust a skinny Italian chef. Day 116 to 180. As you can probably assume, these days I wouldn't be posting if there was anything but bad news, and for that I am truly sorry. But after 180 days of survival, Gasper, king of potatoes, falls. I must admit, I have been neglecting him of late. With my potatoes, it has been difficult to distinguish life from death, as they are similar states in potatoes. But as I looked at him today, soft, wrinkly, and so infinitely sprouty, I knew it had come, the fall of the Anum family. I must admit, now that my potato blog is over, I do really want to start a new one, and when I do, I am determined to be more dedicated to it than I have been to this one. I have decided to post weekly. My thoughts are a Doctor Who blog. What about the show? I don't know. Or maybe something on rocks. The details are completely undecided. If you guys have any suggestions, I would be grateful. Gasper was a truly inspirational potato, and I know you all knew that. Let his memory live on through us. Amen. Live the dream, potato. Miranda July.
Set fire to your hair, poke a stick at a grizzly bear. Eat medicine that's out of date, use your private parts as Piranha Bay. Dumb ways to die, so many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Use your toaster as a fork. Do your own electrical work. Teach yourself how to fly. Eat a 2-week-old unrefrigerated pie. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumbest ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.